Hey, awesome entrepreneurs. I am Sudarsan, and I want to welcome you to the fourth episode of AtomicPreneur Show. This is where we interview entrepreneurs, affiliate marketer, coaches, and consultants who are unstoppable and dominating figures on their respective business. So we're gonna deep dive and uncover all the strategies of those super successful entrepreneurs to find out how they did it and how you can model it too. So hold tight because today we have got a super special guest in the house. Get ready for a mind blowing journey of a super affiliate and discover how he has made over 1 million promoting software platform by the age of 24. Today, he will be sharing with us how he built seven-figure business promoting one single software platform by the age of 24, how he mentored over 10,000 plus students to grow their affiliate marketing empires, and he has helped more than 100K plus individual achieve online marketing success. And also he has grown his YouTube channel to 120K subscriber in a record time. So let's dive in and get inspired. So without further delay, let's welcome Chad Bartlett on the stage. Hi, Chad. How are you doing today?
Good. How are you guys doing?
Yeah, I'm also doing well. And we're currently live on Facebook, so it's also recording. So I'll
Sweet.
get started with a basic introduction about you. And thank you for being here, Chad. We are excited to hear your insight and learn from your experiences. So to our audiences, you can drop your questions in the comment, anything related to affiliate marketing, and Chad will be addressing them during the show. So stay tuned for some valuable affiliate marketing wisdom from the man who made it to the top at such a young age.
Cool.
So are you good to get started with the questions, like with the quick questions?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm an open book. Ask me anything.
Absolutely, Chad. So can you tell us a little bit about your backstory and the turning point in your career that helped you to become a super affiliate at such a young age?
Yeah, so I originally started I was like 19. I was going to college, didn't really know what I wanted to do. Living in my mom's guest room still basically, and I read The 4 Hour Work Week by Tim Ferriss, and that kind of led me into like the make money online entrepreneurship space and started trying all kinds of things just like anyone else, right? So I originally started my first business was selling elephant bracelets. I was drop shipping them, made a few $100, didn't really go anywhere with that. And then I did like social media marketing, made a little bit of money with that. So my first 8 months, I pretty much just like locked myself in a room and, just tried everything possible. At the time, I feel like I was super gullible and I thought I was going to get rich quick, kind of just like how everyone starts in the space. And then you kind of realize like, okay, this actually takes work. You have to like actually stick to one thing and focus on something. And then, yeah, so I was doing the marketing agency. I was making a little bit of money with that. Got a few clients building like websites, doing like lead generation for them. And then I started doing another thing, of course, right? So I started selling products on Amazon and yeah, basically just like flipping products, buying them here, making a profit on Amazon that way. And then so I actually took a course to learn how to do that. And this is kind of what led me into affiliate marketing. So I kind of got into affiliate marketing on accident, right? So basically what happened was when I was selling products on Amazon, I learned from people who had a YouTube channel, and a lot of them were transparent of like how much money they were making from YouTube. So like, you know what? I'm going to start a YouTube channel around Amazon. I'm going to start documenting kind of what I was doing, how I was making a few $100 a month, $1,000 a month, actually just flipping products on Amazon. So that's how I started my YouTube channel. My main channel I have now, it basically just Chad Bartlett, was just making videos around Amazon, selling on Amazon, stuff like that. Anyways, what happened was the guy's course I took, he had an affiliate program. And so I started leaving the affiliate link. I made a review on his course. I was one of the first people to make a review on his course. And from there, like literally, I went from making, $1,000 a month doing these little side hustles to like my first month, I made, I think it was 5,000 in profit. And then my second month, I made another 5,000. And that was just from affiliate marketing. And it was a high ticket commission. So I was making like $500 per sale. So that was like huge because some days I was making like $1,000 per day. And that was like more money than I ever saw in my life. Right. So that kind of led me into the rabbit hole of like, okay, there's some potential with this affiliate marketing thing, with this YouTube thing. So I started just being super consistent with that. I was still in school, still working a part-time job, still doing these other side hustles, just trying to like do a bunch of stuff and kind of see what sticks. I was kind of at the point where I was getting really burnt out, where I almost wanted to like just give up and like, go back to the normal route, going to school and stuff. And yeah, so after I made my first 10K, then I got into affiliate marketing more. And then I started doing like ClickBank. I started doing Facebook ads. This is back to give you guys some context, this is like 6 years ago. So this is back in like 2017 when it was still a little bit newer, less people knew about it. And then I started doing like CPA marketing from Max Bounty. I was making, I got to a point where I was actually making like $500 a day just from Facebook ads. So I was spending like $200 and then making like $700-800 back. And then this is kind of where the story gets interesting. So all of a sudden one week I wake up or one day I wake up and my Facebook ad account got shut down. So keep in mind, I was sending them from a Facebook ad to a landing page, not collecting emails, not building my lists, and straight to an affiliate link, right? So ad, landing page, affiliate link. So again, I was making decent money, right? It was really good money at the time. And then one day, just like that, like just completely went to zero. Facebook ad account got shut down. And that's where I was like, oh crap, right? Because that was at the point where I was thinking about, dropping out of college, quitting my job because I was making, 5 to 10 grand per month from all my little side hustles. Or I was probably making around 4 to 6 grand, a little bit less. So anyways, this is where I started thinking about, how can I make this have like a longer term opportunity? That's where I started learning about, building an email list. And from there, one of the guys I was doing CPA marketing with, he actually introduced me to BuilderAll. This is when BuilderAll first came out like 6 years ago. And that's where I got started with BuilderAll. And I started, the YouTube channel I started making videos around, ClickBank, around BuilderAll and stuff like that. And that's where a bunch of people were interested in BuilderAll. And that's where I kind of got my start in, actually promoting BuilderAll. And I really liked the idea of it because it gave me recurring commissions every single month. And it just felt more stable. The income was recurring. And then, yeah, from there, I basically just been doing that for the past 5 years, promoting BuilderAll as a top affiliate. I think at the beginning of this year, I crossed like over $1 million in commissions with BuilderAll. And now I'm in multiple different niches. I have like a marketing agency. I also do marketing in the stock trading niche as well. So now I have like multiple YouTube channels and still doing BuilderAll and kind of diversified from there. But that's kind of how it all started.
Awesome, my friend. Like your journey is incredible with lots of ups and downs. And just a quick note to my audience is that like I have also started my affiliate marketing journey holding Chad's hands. Like I started watching his free training on the YouTube. And that's how I'm here. Like it's almost 2 years I'm on this industry. I'm still learning from him. He's a really great guy. And like from starting, feeling blessed. Like I got a person that I can really learn from the full affiliate marketing strategy to build out the ecosystem. And the man is here by earning over $1 million by promoting a software program called BuilderAll. So I just want to ask you another questions regarding building $1 million business by the age of 24 is completely incredible. So what are your key strategies or tactics that played an important role in your rapid success?
Specifically for affiliate marketing, are you asking?
Yeah, absolutely. It's specifically for affiliate marketing.
Yeah, so I think most of it comes down to like I can give you the obvious answer, just being consistent, never giving up. That's like the core things you need to like build a good foundation, have a good work ethic, be consistent, have a good attitude, continue to learn, invest in yourself. So you have to have the right foundation. Once you have a good foundation, then you can start building bricks on top of it, right? If you want to build, a stable house, a big building, you need a strong foundation. So that's like this, that's like the part where I feel like a lot of people miss out on, is just having those good habits, having discipline, being consistent, not thinking you're going to get rich overnight, building that foundation. Then once you get that foundation in, that's where you can start going into the more tactical stuff, right? So for me, the tactical stuff, like my theory has always been to just build assets. If you look at the most successful businesses, people, companies, they're basically just building and buying assets. Like if you look at Apple, they're always buying new companies. Amazon, they're always buying new companies. They bought, what's that big grocery store name? I forgot the name of it. But anyways, yeah, companies buy assets. You have to build assets. So online, the only way we can build assets is basically, email lists, YouTube channel, Facebook groups, just like you're doing, whatever those digital assets are for you. So I recommend, people starting with, a few different platforms, right? Start with, maybe it's just social media. So you're doing Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, stuff like that. Or maybe you just want to do a YouTube channel, or maybe you're doing, kind of the route you're going where you're doing Facebook groups and you're interviewing people that way. You're building those assets. So that's the most important thing, is, building something that continue to grow on top of each other and just building it brick by brick. Obviously, it's not going to happen, overnight. But yeah, I think that's the most important thing, is getting that right foundation, and then, coming up with a strategy that you want to focus on, that you could see yourself doing for the next 5-10 years, just thinking long-term with it, and just start building it brick by brick, continue to improve, and, continue to work hard. That goes back to the foundation. So if you have the right foundation and you pick a strategy that's proven to work, then, eventually the building's going to get built, right? Eventually it's going to work out. It just depends, how good you are, how long it'll take, stuff like that. So yeah, that's what I'd say is the most important thing, is having that foundation and then picking a strategy and sticking to it.
Awesome. Like you shared the golden nuggets. Like when you're starting a business, it's very important to build the foundation of any kind of what you're doing, even online or offline. And second takeaway was like building out the assets like the email list or digital currency like the testimonials and all other stuff. Thanks for sharing in transparent way. And I'd love to know, you have mentored over 10,000 plus students to grow their affiliate marketing empires. I believe it's more than that. So what kind of common mistakes do you often see beginners make, and how they can avoid them?
Yeah, I would say the biggest mistake is, yeah, I think it's definitely people just jumping around too much. So like the first stage is you jump around from business model to business model, right? That's usually what people do. That's kind of what I did. Then, okay, let's say you pick a business model. They're like, no, I've been doing affiliate marketing for the past 6 months or 12 months, right? But I'm still not seeing successful inside of the business model, inside of affiliate marketing. Let's say they start jumping around from niche to niche to niche. Then they start jumping around from product to product to product. Okay, well, now the person's like, well, I've been in the same niche, I've been promoting the same product. But then inside of that, they start jumping around from funnel to funnel to funnel, right? And then inside of that, they start jumping from traffic source to traffic source. They start trying all these different new methods. So, it's not just about picking one business model, because anyone can do that. It's about actually having that strategy that you're going to follow and be consistent with. And if you see something new and it looks really fun and it looks like it's going to work way better than what you're doing now, just having the discipline to ignore that. Be like, okay, that's probably a good opportunity, but it's not my opportunity, right? So my opportunity is what I told myself, what my plan is, and I'm going to stick to that. So I think that's the most important thing, is, again, just having that core strategy that you're going to follow, stick to, not getting shiny object syndrome, not changing your funnel around, just sticking to one specific thing. I think that's the most common mistake I see people make. And how to avoid it? Again, you just got to make a plan. You got to develop discipline. You got to, I mean, there's not really, I feel like most people kind of have to go through that process. Like you kind of have to fail a few times trying different things to make yourself learn to to make yourself learn to do that. Like I'm sure you went through a similar situation when you first started, Dev. So yeah, I think that's the main thing, is just sticking to one thing. Yeah, that's what I would say.
Absolutely, man. I completely agree with you 100%, because like when I get started, I feel a lot of with shiny object syndrome, and I was feeling lack of focus stuff. So
Yeah, and
that you've mentioned, yeah.
and sometimes it's hard because like they'll see, people who are making a lot of money, and like for me, I'm in multiple different niches, and they kind of see that, but they didn't see that I was doing one niche for 5 years, right? And I didn't add another niche in until like 5 years after I was doing it, and I had like a team built out where I can have more free time. So you got to realize, like, as a beginner, you're going to do a little bit different things than the people who you're actually like learning from, and or you actually are seeing, being successful. Or like another example is like you'll see me have multiple traffic sources. Well, yeah, I have multiple traffic sources now. A lot of people who are crushing it do. But when you're starting out, again, you just want to narrow down and start with one thing, and then you can slowly start expanding.
Absolutely love it. Like regarding the traffic sources, your YouTube channel has grown over like 120K subscriber by sharing the top-notch affiliate marketing training. So I believe it's one of your favorite traffic source. So
Yes.
what kind of advice you want to give to aspiring affiliate marketers who are looking to build out ecosystem around omnichannel traffic source when they're just getting started?
Yeah. Are you asking for YouTube specifically or just anything?
Yeah, specifically YouTube, or as a beginner, what you will recommend? What type of traffic source you'll recommend to someone who is completely getting started from scratch, and how they can build the ecosystem, like to build traffic, to generate traffic from multiple different traffic sources?
Yeah. So, like I said before, I think sticking to one thing is better. I'll give you some examples. Like, first off, like realizing there's always opportunity. Like, for example, I started a YouTube channel, a brand new one last December. So, like, almost the beginning of this year. And that channel is generating me anywhere from like 8 to 15,000 per month, doing like affiliate marketing, selling products in it. Brand new channel. I only have 6,000 subscribers on it. Right. So there's still opportunity to do traffic sources. A lot of people think it's too competitive. In fact, when I was in 2017, when I first started YouTube, I thought it was too competitive back then. So there's always going to be that um, thing you're going to think of. But anyways, as far as like where to start as beginner, um, so I don't think there's a best option. I think it kind of just depends on your personality. Like, for example, I had a student last year that I worked with, and wanted to do um she wanted to do TikTok, right? That was her thing. I was like, maybe you should do YouTube. She's like, no, I want to do TikTok. I was like, okay. TikTok, I don't think, I think it's a good opportunity. And she started making like 10,000 a month on her third month with TikTok, right? Obviously, that's not always realistic for everyone, but again, she liked the idea of making TikTok videos, doing the short form content, repurposing that content over to Instagram, over to Facebook. And that was kind of her strategy, right? So that's where it kind of goes back to like what I originally said, is just following that core strategy that you're going to do. So that's the first thing that I would recommend is, first off, like you're going to need to do videos in some way or another. Nowadays, like the internet is now 95% videos. So you're going to have to do some form of videos. There are strategies where you can do where, like, I've done strategies where I've hired freelancers or I hire people to make videos for me. And, instead of paying $3,000 to Facebook ads, I can pay $3,000 to a content creator or a freelancer, and they can make hundreds of TikTok videos for me. And I can get way more traffic from those videos than I can spending $3,000 on Facebook ads. So there are creative ways to get around it. If you're just terrified of making videos yourself, you're probably going to need a budget though. But yeah, that's the first thing. So I would pick short form or long form, right? That's kind of your options. So basically social media or YouTube. And then like inside of YouTube, inside of short form, there's different types of content, right? So this is where I'm kind of going to like, you need a laser focused strategy. So like TikTok, for example, or let's say short form content, there's minute long videos and then there's 15-second videos. Then there's also 5-second videos, right? So that's where, again, I would pick one, right? You want to dominate one style of a specific video and one specific traffic source and one specific business model. So are you wanting to do more 5-second videos where, basically the 5-second videos are just like shorter videos where you want to focus on getting a really good rewatch rate? So for each kind of videos, whether it's 5 seconds, a minute long, or it's long form, or it's 15 minutes long, the algorithm looks for a little bit different things. So once you kind of know what form of videos you're going to make, you have to understand what the algorithm wants. If you can feed the algorithm what it wants, it's going to give you traffic, right? People always say, oh, my videos aren't getting views. My videos aren't getting views. Well, again, you have to ask yourself why they're not getting views. You don't want to play like the victim mentality, like, oh, people just don't like me, or, oh, it just doesn't work for me, or, oh, this guy got lucky, it only works for them, right? You want to understand why, right? The algorithm doesn't care what you look like, it doesn't care what your age is, it doesn't care about where you're from. It cares about certain things it's looking for. So like the shorter videos, it wants a really high rewatch rate and engagement. The longer videos, like YouTube, for example, all it cares about is watch time and click-through rate. If you can get those two things, like your whole video should just be around watch time and click-through rate, right? And I'll give you like a fun fact with YouTube. Click-through rate, for example, so watch time and click-through rate, I think they're equally important. Click-through rate is probably more important, maybe by a little bit. So if we break that down, what does click-through rate mean? Well, basically the video idea itself, the title and the thumbnail, right? So that basically means that the video idea, the title and the thumbnail is more important than the entire video, right? So if you spend all this time outlining a video, researching the video, making the video, editing the video, putting it all together, posting the video, right? Again, the thumbnail, title, and video idea is more important than all of that work, right? So when I used to do YouTube, when I first started, I would basically, I would treat it a little bit differently, right? I would make a video and like put all this time into the video, and then like, okay, let me come up with a title and thumbnail real quick, right? Where now I kind of do it the opposite, right? Where I'm first making the video idea is like, okay, what's a good video idea that, will really stand out in my niche that people really want. And once I come up with that good title, that good video idea, right, then I'm like, okay, how can I make this video? Then I start focusing on the watch time, right? So again, it's just looking at what are you actually doing and then figuring out what the algorithm wants for your specific content strategy.
Awesome. Like you're here some golden nuggets here. Like most of the things depends on the hook stuff, like YouTube thumbnail. That's create the most attractive things, whatever we do, but it's important to create the hook to attract the audiences. And I love the process that you use to do affiliate marketing. And I've also seen the case study of Taylor, like the person who is doing the TikTok stuff and promoting ClickBank related offer. So I love the
Yeah.
process that she has done, like following your method. And thanks for sharing all the golden nuggets. So I want to ask you another questions regarding like what is the single most important thing you do on daily basis to grow your business?
Yeah, that's a great question. To grow my business, I'd say it's just content or writing emails. So like what I try to do now that I have like, more of an income built up, more of a business built up, I try to like outsource everything I do that's not super important. So that's where I have like virtual assistants and team members. So the most important thing for me, like the thing I'm like, okay, I should only be doing this, is basically like new ideas for, the business. But yeah, mainly just making videos and writing emails, right? Those are like the two most important things that I don't want to outsource those because, that's me speaking. Emails is like my main money maker, right? In pretty much all the niches I'm in. So my email list is the most important thing. I'm never going to outsource that. I always want to work on my skill set of copywriting. I always want to work on my skill set of being able to make videos and, provide value to an audience. So yeah, those are the two most important things. And then like even thumbnails, um, like I see a lot of people, they're like, oh, I'm just going to get a thumbnail on Fiverr real quick. Sometimes I'll spend 3 or 4 hours on a thumbnail, right? Because again, that's like, that can mean the video getting 2,000 views or 20,000 views, right? If it only takes me 4 hours to get, 20,000 views over 2,000 views, which means getting, 1,000 leads versus 100 leads, right? That's going to be a big difference. So I'm willing to spend, so I'm looking at the most important things and I'm willing to spend my time on those. And usually it just comes down to like the content itself and then, writing actual emails. That's pretty much what I try to focus on.
Awesome. Like these are the money making stuff that actually we mostly focus on, that like we can outsource other stuff that will save our time to grow more. So
Yep.
it's a great insight that you have shared. So in this ever involving world of digital marketing, so how do you stay ahead of this curve and adapt to new trends and technologies?
How do I stay ahead of the curve of like all the competition you're asking?
Yeah, the question is like that, like, every single years or months, the trend is changing. Like it's shifting from YouTube to maybe TikTok or other stuff. So how you're getting compatible with the industry? Let's say this type of funnel is working better nowadays, but in a certain period of time, other funnel work better. Or let's say this traffic source work better or other traffic source work better. So in that case, like how do you involve yourself of the curve of new technologies and new trends?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good question. I try to test. So one of the things I do is every few months I'll test like 5 different new things. And I do it for two reasons. One, for myself that I can apply to my own niches and stuff. And then two, for like my students and audience, I want to test new things for them. Right. And I'll usually like document it on my YouTube channel and stuff like that. Now, these things I test, it doesn't mean I drop everything else I'm doing now, right? Which is the most important thing. So yeah, usually every few months I'll try a few new things, whether it's, a new traffic source, a new strategy for, whatever it is that comes out. So I always be testing things. I think it's important to test things because if you can get early on a trend, for example, TikTok, if you got on TikTok in 2020, 2021, it was probably easier back then than it is now. It's still very doable now. You just have to be more, you have to put more time into your videos. Not every video is going to go viral. So again, I think it's important to try new things, but there's a balance between like, okay, what you're doing now and the core strategy you told yourself, still focusing on that. So maybe apply like a 90-10 rule. So 90% of my time is going to go into the core things that's actually working, actually making money. And then 10% I can try new things, new trends. I can put some money into some other stuff and, see what works, see what doesn't, and see if something sticks, right? Obviously, then you can start putting more time into it. So that's kind of how I think of that. And then as far as like staying ahead of the competition and stuff, I try to always be different somehow, right? So there's a saying like if everyone is zigging, then you should zag. If everyone is zagging, then you should zig, right? So just trying to be different. So like one of the things I did with BuilderAll, for example, to stand out was, and like when I first started promoting BuilderAll and I saw all the other affiliates, pretty much all of them were just promoting like the tools itself. So for those of you guys that know, BuilderAll is like a website builder, digital marketing platform. They have all kinds of digital marketing tools. And so all the affiliates were promoting the tools itself. They're marketing how, it's a cheaper alternative to ClickFunnels. And they're basically just marketing the futures, right? The futures of the product, where I decided to go a different route and I started marketing, how can you use these tools to go out there and, do something people actually want. So one of the things people want, one of the things these tools can help you do is make money, right? So I started making like courses, basically free courses I would give away around, different ways to make money with the BuilderAll tools, right? And now I have a completely unique selling point that I can promote BuilderAll in that no one else has, because it's my own course that I made and I can market it in a very unique way. It's a very easy call to action because everyone wants a free course. And not only that, but it makes people stick around. So BuilderAll pays recurring commissions. So the most important thing is, how can you make people stick? Well, obviously, if they're just using the tools and, that's how you're marketing it, sure, some might stick around, but some of them might get confused on how to build their website and stuff. Where if I offer a course and I show them exactly how to go through it and they actually start making money with the tool, they're never going to cancel, right? They're going to keep their account and I'm going to keep making recurring commissions. So it's kind of like a win-win for me and the people I'm promoting to, because if they get results, I'm going to keep them as a client, right? So just figuring out how to be different, how to stand out in your niche. And this can apply to your content. This can apply to, your actual promotion strategy. This can apply to your funnel. This can apply to your emails. This can apply to anything. An example on my YouTube channel, the way I kind of started blowing up my main channel, the one that has like 120,000 subscribers, was because I was like slowly growing. And then one year it kind of blew up more. And the way I actually got it to blow up was I started, being different, right? I started standing out with my content. And the way I did that was everyone was making tutorials, right? Tutorials on how to do this, tutorials on how to do that. So instead of tutorials and like just, showing people theories of how to make money and stuff like that, which everyone else was doing in my niche, I decided to go a different way, right? And I started testing them. So I did a lot of video titles like, I tried ClickBank for 60 days, right? Or I tried making money with this, right? So now, instead of just teaching, I'm documenting myself do it. And a lot of people got a ton of value from that. And like, those are the most viewed videos on my channel. Or I would do like 48-hour ClickBank affiliate marketing challenge, right? So just figuring out how to stand out in your niche is going to be the most important thing. And being able to, just be different, be unique. I think that has played a huge role in my success as well.
Awesome. Like, firstly, the takeaway was the 90-10% rule, like 90% work. Like we used to do this working for us and 10% focusing on testing to keep ourselves updated on the upward trends. So that's a huge key takeaway. And that you have mentioned about the builder stuff, I really love the process that you're currently marketing it on, like where most of the people are selling just the courses and you're just giving away the full courses where people are charging $1,000 or $2,000 for a single course, and you're just giving it completely for free to teach people how to do the affiliate marketing or how to use the tools to do the affiliate marketing stuff. And literally, I love the builder tools as much because I'm using it over 2 years. It solves all the problem all in one digital marketing tools. So it's really impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Can you share some of your exciting project or goals you have in the future, and what's next for Chad Bartlett in the world of affiliate marketing?
Okay. Yeah. So like I said, the beginning of this year, I started in a new niche. And that's been going really well. I went into this niche like not thinking like, oh, I need to make money from it next month. I gave it some time, right? So I really gave it some time. I was like, okay, I don't care if I make money from this for the next 6, 12 months. I'm okay if it just kind of, takes my time. It's not really costing me any money. So I went into that, and then it wasn't until like month 4 where it started picking up and I started monetizing it. And now, like I said, it's doing really good. It's making like 10,000 a month on average. So I definitely want to grow that. I want to get that as high as, my BuilderAll income and my main channel income, and just kind of blow up that channel. So for me, I'm still focused on the two main things, is just like growing my YouTube channels and growing my email list. And yeah, so that's kind of my plans there. I don't have any crazy plans to like build some big company. I'm just kind of, still doing the same thing I've been doing, and, just slowly growing my income each year, slowly building my assets. And now I like it because I'm kind of diversified. So now, like, if one niche goes away, I have a completely new niche that's making me just as much money that I kind of have in the background. And like this niche, the new one I started, it only takes me like 3 hours per week. So it's actually not a lot of work at all. And I think that's because I let it, like, I kind of thought about the long term. Like, I didn't need to make money from it the first month. I focus on providing a lot of value to the audience. I wasn't, trying to sell. Like, I'll see some people when they first start their traffic source, they first start their account, instead of posting content, their content is just basically ads to their website, right? Like, you'll see their reels or their TikToks, and they're just pushing people to the link right away, pushing people to the link. Again, if you want people to trust you, which is how you get people to buy from you, especially online, you have to provide value. If you're not providing value, like, that should be your most important thing. You shouldn't even care about making money. You should just focus on providing value. If you provide value, you will make money. It's pretty much guaranteed. So that's another tip I could give, is literally just provide value and you will make money. But yeah, as far as my plans, it's just to keep growing that new niche that I'm in. I want to get that from, 10K per month, probably to, my goal is to like 50K over the next few years. And then continue doing what I'm doing with BuilderAll. I want to continue to growing my network there, get to $2 million in commissions maybe. And yeah, that's pretty much what I see in the future. And then, yeah, pretty much all the money I make, I just invest in real estate. That's like my long-term safe haven, and just keep doing that until I have, lots of money to live on. So yeah, that's kind of my plan going forward.
Awesome. Like, and this says you are currently building different multiple income source and slowly building them out like consistently. I believe you'll be hitting that 2 million milestone soon with the BuilderAll stuff.
Yep.
So I do have a question regarding BuilderAll. So let's say to
Okay.
promote a recurring software program like BuilderAll as an affiliate, how anyone can get started completely from scratch without having any prior experience?
Promoting BuilderAll as an affiliate.
Yeah, absolutely. I guess you already have a course on that, free course that people can get started through it. So we'd like to share more information about it, what you are teaching on that, and how you are helping them to start with affiliate marketing, especially with BuilderAll.
Yeah. So I think this kind of goes for any software. But like I was saying, like, I call them free course funnels. I think they're like the best things you can do to promote any software, whether it's BuilderAll or something else, is make a course that something like the software would give them an outcome, like a benefit-based course. So in this case, BuilderAll, I have like 4 or 5 different courses that teach them different ways to make money using the BuilderAll tools. So any software you're promoting, teach them how to use the software to do something they actually want to do that lines up with your niche, that lines up with your audience. So for me, the way I kind of help people do that with BuilderAll, if they're like brand new experience, maybe they don't want to make a course, is I actually let people like white label my courses. So they can actually like download the funnels and they can start marketing the course to people online, instead of just, having their raw affiliate link to BuilderAll. They can plug their affiliate link into my funnels and basically white label my courses, give them away to their audience. And obviously anyone who signs up, right, they're going to make the commission. And then since they're under me on BuilderAll, I make money from them as well because it's a 2-tier affiliate program. So that's kind of why I do that. And yeah, so if anyone wants to learn about that, I would just go over to, we could put the link in the chat or something, but it's just chadbtraining.com/clone. And we have a video on there. You can learn more about that. But yeah, as far as software companies, I think it's mainly about just teaching people how to use the software and kind of packaging it into a course, and then basically just offering the course for free if they sign up to a trial of the software or if they buy the software. And you can kind of use it as like a free bonus to market it and get leads in the door and stuff like that. So that's what I would say for software. I actually do this inside my other niche as well. I promote a software company, and I built out like a 30-day challenge around it, right? So the software company is basically a product where they fund traders in the stock market. So instead of just promoting that company, I basically built a 30-day challenge to help people, actually get funded with that company I'm using. So you got to make sure that the bonus or the course that you're making for whatever product you're promoting, make sure that they go together, right? They don't want to be, different. Make sure it actually goes together, and you're going to have much more success like that.
Awesome. I like the process that you are promoting multiple different stuff, like maybe offering the free courses, how to actually use them out. So the value you have shared on your free training, especially for promoting any kind of affiliate offer, that's just insane. So I'll love to drop the link down the video below. If you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, you can check out the link on the video below to grab access free training from Chad Bartlett along with the BuilderAll. So yeah, you can test out the 14 days trial and check out the training that Chad Bartlett has done, especially how to promote multiple different affiliate offers as an affiliate. You'll get the complete done for you funnel and the training, all of the stuff in one same place. And eventually you can use that builder tools to set up your funnels and set up your email sequence, all other stuff, every single space. So I'll drop the link of the video below. So if you're watching on the Facebook or YouTube. So I just love to ask you one question lastly. So for our audiences who are in affiliate marketing field, what is one piece of advice you'd like to leave for them?
One piece of advice?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just going back to what I said, is just really focusing on one thing. I think that's the best advice I could give people is, well, okay, I'll kind of go back. So I would say the best thing is like do a lot of research, see all the different methods out there, see all the different niches, and whatever like gets your interest the most. And learn from a bunch of different people, and then whoever strategy you like the most, whoever like you like to learn from the most, just learn from like one person. I wouldn't start learning from like 5 or 10 different people. This is a mistake I see. Not only inside of affiliate marketing, but also in like stock trading as well, because I'm in that niche. People start learning from all kinds of different YouTubers, and what happens is everyone has a different strategy. Everyone sees it a little bit differently. So the beginners watching this will see all these different strategies, and it makes the business model look super overwhelming and super complicated because there's so many different things that you can do, so many different things people are saying. Versus if you just learn from 1 or 2 people at the most, it's going to make it way more simple, right? And you want it to be simple. It is simple. Doesn't mean it's easy, but you want it to be simple, right? No business model should be super complicated. If you look at the most successful businesses, they're simple, right? Apple makes technology products. Amazon makes, everyday housing products. So just keep it simple. And, I would definitely say when you're starting out, do a bunch of research, see what gets your interest the most, and then learn from 1 or 2 people max. Don't try to read everyone's book. Don't try to learn from everyone. And if you do, if you'll watch a video or a podcast like this, like take some nuggets and apply it to the strategy. Don't just go and, automatically do a new strategy. So yeah, that's a good piece of advice I could give people that I feel like no one really talks about is, don't learn from everyone. Learn from a few people. once you actually know what your strategy is.
Absolutely love it. The things you have shared, like focusing on one single thing until you are getting the success out of there. So definitely really appreciate the advice that you have given to everyone. So yeah, that's the most important part when you're just getting started. We feel like a lot of high object syndrome with different stuff because a lot of things going on here and there with social media and other stuff. So it's easier to get distracted. So the one core important step to stay focused on the game for staying and building a long-term business. Definitely that's the golden nuggets. So thank you, Chad, for dropping some serious business wisdom today. So it's been an awesome time hanging out with you. And you have shared a lot of valuable insight about business, entrepreneurship, and especially affiliate marketing. So I want to express my gratitude for your presence over here today. Thanks a million for joining us, Chad. And before we wrap up the things, if anyone wants to reach you out, how they can find you or how they can become a part of your community.
Yeah, check me out on YouTube. It's just my name, Chad Bartlett. If you have a specific question for me, message me on Facebook. I'm most active on there. You can just reach out to me on my personal Facebook profile. You can ask me a question, or if you want to learn more about, what I talk about, stuff I do, go check out my YouTube channel. Go check out my videos, and yeah, that's the best place. I appreciate you actually having me, and this has been fun.
Absolutely. Like whoever watching this video, definitely I would recommend you to check out Chad Bartlett affiliate marketing related videos on his YouTube channel. You'll definitely love the case study and all the videos that he has explained. It's not like just he's teaching how to make money. It's all like how he's doing this stuff. So definitely you'll get a lot of values if you're watching it's live. I'll definitely recommend you to check out the YouTube channel, Chad Bartlett. You can you can search on YouTube. And I hope all of you have enjoyed the fantastic session with Chad Bartlett. Thanks everyone for tuning in this AtomicPreneur show. So if you want me to bring more superstar like Chad Bartlett in future, don't forget to follow and subscribe on Facebook and YouTube. And from the bottom of my heart, thank you everyone. This is signing off, Sudarsan.
See you guys.